The Hat Man. Old Scratch. Shadow Man. The topic of the Hat Man came to my attention in 2009 when, after telling my story of the hooded creature, I was referred to a Coast to Coast AM and a show with a guest who specialized in these reports. I believe her name was Heidi Hollis. I had never seen the Hat Man, nor did I know anyone at the time who had an experience like this. Even further, I never saw the hooded creature from my own experience. However, since I started my channel on YouTube, many people locally have reached out to me in search for answers about their own experience. The Hat Man testimonies by callers on Coast to Coast went on, and Heidi has been a guest several times on the show. There are reports of different hats, but the most common seems to be the bowler hat, and that he seems to have a style to him, and that he will sometimes tip his hat. All these reports always seemed so silly to me. But I hold reservation because of my own experiences. In 2015 I had a small studio on our quaint little main street here in my hometown in California. An old friend who had recently moved back to town but with whom I hadn't really connected with called me and asked if she could come down and talk to me. I was surprised, but of course I said yes. She sounded upset. She showed up and started telling what sounded like drug-induced delusions, about scratches on the back of her neck and seeing a man following her. It took her about 5 minutes to explain what she had been experiencing. She said years ago she was at work and someone pointed out scratches on the back of her neck. Shortly after, she began seeing a man with a bowler hat, first briefly and then more and more. After a while of seeing him, she told me he would tip his hat to her. Of course I had heard all this before and thought my friend is effing with me. I asked her, "Do you mean the Hat Man?" She stopped and said, "What?" I turned to my laptop and did an image search of the Hat Man. The moment she saw the photos Heidi had posted, this friend began freaking out and yelling, asking, "I'm telling you this right now. How is he on the computer?" She was very upset and was crying and in utter disbelief at what she was seeing on the computer. She said sometimes he is smoking and one other person has seen him in her house when she was moving back. I never saw her after that. She ran off scared and I think was also embarrassed, so I never saw her again. But I will not soon forget the look on her face and the sheer terror on it when she saw the image of the man in the bowler hat tipping it. I do not know who this Hat Man is, but I hear the stories originate at least as far back as the colonial period. Please comment if you have additional info on the Hat Man.